Ladies and gentlemen, please draw your attention to the field as tonight we celebrate New American Night. We are honored to witness 20 individuals who will become citizens of the United States. They come from 15 different countries from around the globe, including Angola, Canada, Cuba, Ghana, South Korea, Liberia, Mauritania, Mexico, the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, and Zimbabwe. Each of these individuals is a lawful permanent resident of the United States, and each has passed required background checks and has proven their good moral character. They have also passed tests for proficiency in reading, writing, and speaking the English language, and each of them passed a U.S. history and civics exam. Today, the Redhawks are pleased to host the final step in these 20 individuals becoming United States citizens. Trina Swanson, Director of the Minneapolis-St. Paul Field Office of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, will present a motion asking that they be granted citizenship. Then the Honorable Alice Seneschal, United States Magistrate Judge for the District of North Dakota, will administer the oath of allegiance. Please join in welcoming these individuals who are soon to be the newest citizens of the United States of America.
Your Honor, if it pleases the court, the government recommends the oath of allegiance be administered to 19 applicants for naturalization who have been interviewed and whose applications have been approved. They are permanent residents of the United States and have resided within the Minneapolis-St. Paul, Minnesota district for the required 3-month period. They are persons of good moral character who are attached to the principles of the Constitution and form of government of the United States. The government recommends that the court administer the oath of allegiance as required by law so that the applicants may be admitted to citizenship and that the name changes requested in the petitions be granted.
Ms. Swanson, thank you so much to you and your colleagues at Citizenship and Immigration Services for working with all of these folks on their journey to citizenship. And thank you for coming here from the Twin Cities tonight. And you have a couple of CIS colleagues with you tonight, Lonnie McCombs and Dave Naves. Thank you for being here. It's been a long journey, and then we added about an hour and a half onto it, but these folks are patient, they're used to waiting. I also want to thank some folks from the federal court system who volunteered their time to help out this evening and to put the details of the ceremony together. Chantel Jagal from our clerk's office has done a lot of work, and a little bit later you'll hear from Todd Judgen, who is the deputy in charge here in Fargo. Thank you so much for your work. The Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks have been incredibly supportive of our efforts to have naturalization ceremonies at baseball games. Professional baseball has a long history of welcoming immigrants to this country. I recently read that perhaps up to 25% of major league players came from other countries, and certainly a number of minor league players, including some who are currently on the Redhawks, were born in other countries. So it is perfectly appropriate and the right thing to do to combine the celebration of citizenship with the all-American sport of baseball. Thanks especially go to Carl Hoyam, Vice President of the Redhawks. He is so good at putting together all of the details and making sure that things run smoothly. And in a few minutes, an honor guard from the Fargo Police Department will present the colors. We all know that the Fargo Police Department has been very dedicated in the recent months and has been dealing with some very difficult times. And we very much appreciate their being here to show the community's support for these new citizens. And thank you all for being here to see these folks become citizens. Thank you for sticking out through that little red delay. Then, if you are ready, I will ask that you each raise your right hand, and I'm going to ask you a number of questions. As you take that oath, I will ask that you respond saying, "I do," and say it loudly and proudly so all these folks can hear. Do you hereby declare on oath that you absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which you have heretofore been a subject or citizen? Do you promise to support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same? Do you promise that you will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by law? Do you promise that you will perform non-combatant services in the armed forces of the United States when required by law? And do you promise that you will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by law? Do you take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion? Congratulations. Your motion is granted. Each of you is now a citizen of the United States.
Let's hear it one more time for the new citizens. And ladies and gentlemen, please draw your attention to the video board for a welcome message from President Joe Biden.
Welcome, my fellow Americans. First and foremost, I want to thank you for choosing us and believing that America is worthy of your aspirations. Every immigrant comes from America from different circumstances and for different reasons, but you all have one thing in common: courage. The courage it takes to sacrifice and make this journey. The courage to leave your homes, your lives, your loved ones, and come to a nation that is more than just a place, but rather an idea that where everyone is created equal and deserves to be treated equally. The idea that we have as a nation, and we can define America in one word: possibilities. Possibilities since its founding. That very idea has been nurtured, enriched, and advanced by the contributions, sacrifices, and dreams of immigrants like you and immigrants like my own ancestors from Ireland, and like generations of our fellow Americans. And today, you've earned a new title equal to that of an American president, the title I'm most proud of: citizen of the United States of America. I look forward to standing with you as you embrace your new rights and responsibilities, as you build your lives and legacies here, as generations have done before you in this great nation of immigrants. So welcome, my friends. Welcome, my fellow Americans. Welcome. May God bless you all, and may God bless the United States of America.
Everyone, please stand as one community and one country and join the new citizens in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and continue to please stand, remove your hats, and maintain silence as we present the colors of our nation. Then please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's honor guard is from the Fargo Police Department, who is dedicated to building a safe and unified community built on trust, accountability, and inclusion. The members of tonight's honor guard are Investigator Dane Ronning, Investigator Emily Martin, and Officer Chris Siegel. Now please join Todd Dungeon, Deputy in Charge at the Fargo Federal Court Clerk's Office, as he leads us in the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as the colors leave the field. Thank you to Todd and the Fargo Police Department, and another big round of applause for our newest naturalized American citizens. Now let's get ready to play baseball.
A little bit. It's got to get you a little bit. And Alice Senecal, the judge magistrate, with a word or two. And got to be a great feeling of accomplishment in this country. And look at the smiles as they walk through.